Dragons raise their game, he has similarly high standards with the entrepreneurs.
James gets very angry when people overvalue or wrongly value the business.
And these are kind of numbers that we just kind of take.
No, not at all.
I'm sure there's a lot of science to it.
I think he's a very astute businessman.
I think your numbers suck, and you're valuing this at £500,000. I think it's ridiculous.
But he's got a pretty harsh side, and rightly so.
Happy to do the 50,000. Straight equity, Peter. You've had your chance. Please let me finish now, yeah?
He does have a little nasty spot.
James, I thought we were friends.
No, Duncan. This is business.
It's a mistake putting you on, wasn't it? So we need to get rid of you.
Back in 2007, one of the most memorable characters came into the den. 38-year-old Laban Rooms from London. He wanted £60,000 in exchange for 20% of his gold-plating franchise business.
When Laban first walked through the door, I thought he was a very charming gentleman, very smart, very passionate, incredibly nervous.
Hello, Dragons. Midas Touch is a specialist gold plating firm. We're able to apply 24-karat gold plate onto any metallic item. I would like to show you a demonstration, if possible, of gold plating a mobile phone case. What I'm doing at the moment, I'm actually activating the metal.
What took me back with Laban was how his journey through life has been really challenging.
I've always been entrepreneurial. Came from a very, very poor family. When I was 11, I started my own hedge cutting business. Basically, in '97, I lost everything, yeah? My mum fell ill. I split up with my girlfriend, and I had lost all my money.
Laban's charisma had won over the Dragons, but once they probed him on his numbers, it was a different story.
Laban, can I try and get to the bottom of the franchise? A franchisee pays you £10,000. How much a year did they earn?
How did I do with my financials in the den? Well, it kind of all went to pot. You make approximately about £1,000 a week.
Profit?
Profit.
50,000 a year?
£50,000 a year. Sorry, not profit, turnover of £1,000 a week.
52,000.
His numbers clearly were not his strong point.
I've got the figures written down. To be honest with you, they're a bit jumbled in my head right now, but if we can go on the basis, can we go on the basis that...
No, but I don't want this to be happening. How much is a franchisee going to earn? It's one number. And I can feel it now. It was this, oh no, please get it right, please come up with a number. And he didn't.
Laban's shaky answers forced Theo Paphitis to walk away from the deal.
But it's not a business that I can invest in because I actually don't see how I can get a return. And that's what I'm here to do. So I'm going to wish you luck and say I'm out.
And before long, there were 4 Dragons out.
Well, I'm out. I'm not going to invest, so I'm out.
I'm out.
But James had seen something in Laban's pitch that his rivals had not.
I like it. I like anything that sparkles. But do I believe that you, as a person, could build a business in what you do?
I have what it takes, you know.
Laban had one last chance to convince James to part with his cash.
I did the Sri Murugan Hindu temple. Yeah, if you go into the Hindu temple, the first thing you see is a 40-foot tower that's been gold-plated. I did that. They fly me to Caan. Why? To gold plate.
Laban, I'm going to give you the money.
When he made me an offer, I consciously restrained myself from going, yes!
Laban oozes that real passion and that desire for success. And I was convinced that with me, we could create a real business.
James, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's a good punt.
Great guy.
It's a good guy.
James had an immediate impact on Laban's business model. He jettisoned the plans to franchise and instead used the investment to build up an in-house team of gold platers.
I think my faith in Laban has been well placed. He is hard-working, he is determined, he is committed. He is in a very challenging and highly competitive market. You know, some of the retail products we've got have worked out really well, some of the products haven't done as well as we thought they had.
In the 12 months since he left the den, everything from cigars to human masks have been given the Laban gold plating treatment. And his latest innovation involves getting some major pop stars in on the action.
Yeah, so basically, we're in talks with like Shaka Khan, Mary J. Blige, Elton John, and basically their signature will be laser engraved on the back of an iPod, and their latest album downloaded, and then crystals put around.
Together, James and Laban say that they have created a company with a turnover of £250,000 a year. But Laban has been left under no illusions about what a dragon expects in the world of business.
James does tell me off sometimes. You know, he doesn't speak much, but when he does, it's like, you know, he doesn't mince words, basically.
Laban is fun to work with, but he is hard work too. The guy runs 100 miles an hour. He works 7 days a week. You know, I get emails at 2 o'clock in the morning. The most challenging thing with Laban is to keep Laban focused.
And for James, that focus is still the bottom line, not the glamour of the glitziest of his den investments.
When I see James, he don't want to hear nothing about me in OK magazine. He doesn't know nothing about that. He wants to know how much money did I make this week.
I'm glad I invested in Laban, and there is a market demand for people who like bling, and I think Laban's in that business.
Coming up, we find out how James built his business empire from humble beginnings.
As you used to go in, you'd hit the desk, and then I used to have to crawl around the side, and there was a little chair. So, welcome to the broom cupboard.
Journey back to the land of his birth.
You would think the word entrepreneur was created in Pakistan. Everybody wants to be in business, and I suppose that's one of the things that keeps drawing me to this place, is because it is so entrepreneurial.
And the one that got away, a den deal that didn't go through.
It's really good to have a model now that we can take to people to really get that point across about what it is, what it looks like and how it works.
So where did it all start for James? Born in Pakistan in 1960, he was moved to Brick Lane in East London 2 years later, where his father had developed a small business manufacturing leather jackets.
It's quite unusual to grow up where your family business is on the top floor.
Today, he's back on the East End street where he grew up.
Of course, we'd spend a lot of time running up and down the stairs, and my father might have a customer coming in, and because he couldn't read and write, you know, he might need me to take down the measurements, or he'd say, you know, chest 40, and I have to write chest 40 and waist this. I think he was such an inspiration. I think what he achieved and his determination to be successful, I think without a doubt that DNA has absolutely stuck with me.
But it was round the corner here at Petticoat Lane Market where a young James first caught the bug for sealing deals.
I suppose as a kid, the thing I used to love was how you had all those crowd of people around a store, and the market trader would just engage with all the customers and get them to come into buying his product. I used to love when the guys used to say, you know, it's not £8, it's not £5. In fact, to you, madam, you can have it for £2.
And that inspiration led to James's first attempt at being an entrepreneur, aged 14.
One of the first ways that I got into business was actually when my dad used to make jackets. I used to go to school wearing one of his leather jackets. And of course, all the kids would say, James, love the jacket. I'd try and take orders. And, you know, let's say my dad was going to charge me 12 quid, I'd sell it for 20. Because in those days, let me tell you, making £8 on a sale was a lot of money. And if I couldn't do the deal with my dad on a Sunday, I'd come along to Petticoat Lane and actually buy them cheaper here, and then I'd actually sell them at school.
34 years on, and James proves that his knack for negotiating in Dragon's Den was in fact honed here in the East End.
I fancy doing some shopping actually while I'm here. Hi there. What's the most expensive suit you've got? Let me try one. Have you got my size? Sure. I fancy spending some money today actually. What do you think? You have to say, look, you look better than Peter Jones. So what do you reckon then? What sort of price would you do for me? Come on.
Make me offer.
Should we do a deal?
Always keen to get the best and final offer, James Caan seals the deal.
Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, I'll wear this with pride.
Yes.
Okay.
So, no
Take
problem.
care. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
I think it's amazing. You should buy 2 of those.